Regina, what is calculus?
Calculus is derivatives, antiderivatives, limits, related rates, optimization. You have L'Hopital's rule and fundamental theorem of calculus.
Victoria, what does Google say calculus is?
The branch of mathematics that deals with the findings and properties of derivatives and integrals. The two main types are differential calculus and integral calculus.
Melvin, what is calculus?
Just the thing that comes after pre-calc and causes crippling depression.
This is what calculus is in the real world.
Don't forget, you never take notes. I thought that was fun.
Calculus is not all about integrals and derivatives. Well, it is, but you can apply calculus to almost everything in the real world. For example, we have this right here, which is a race between two cars. We have the blue car and the red car. And for that, we drew a velocity time graph. And you can see here how the different cars had different velocities. For example, the blue one had a high velocity and then went down, it stopped, went back up, maintained a constant velocity, and kept doing that. And while the red car had a constant velocity all throughout the race. But as you can see, the red car ended up winning this race.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Not about just numbers or things like that. You can apply calculus to almost anything in the real world. For example, kicking a ball, racing, eating, anything that has a rate of change, anything that has movement or whatever, you can apply calculus to anything. So don't just think that calculus has to do with numbers, integrals.
Passing class.
Yeah, passing the class. Calculus is life. Without calculus, you can't understand what life means. You can't understand the meaning of life, okay, Melvin?
Bro.
Before you say something.
Bro.
just stop.
Okay, so Tomas mentioned that calculus involves basically derivatives and limits, but calculus also has antiderivatives. So right here is our graph of the ball Melvin attempted to kick properly. antiderivatives mainly mean the area of a slope. And one way that we found about using or finding antiderivatives was by using rectangles. And so basically it's just the area of a rectangle, which would be length times width. Because sometimes we use rectangles if we don't have a specific area equation. So you can find it from the left, which would mean you start at your lowest point and so on. So like say this is our second point, up, over, up, over. And then if you do it from the right, let's say I'm just explaining it, this would be the right, over, and over. And sometimes you can get under, like this is an underestimate, and an overestimate would be when the rectangle is on top. And then to get the total area, you can use summations, which would give you the total height of all these rectangles, because sometimes you don't know how many rectangles you're using, could be up to like 100 or just 4. Also, the fundamental theorem of calculus helps us find integrals when you plug your information from summation all together.
So back to our car race that we had, and since derivative is basically the slope or rate of change, we were able to graph, with our knowledge of it, the velocity over time of each car. So the blue ones represents the blue car, of course, and the red one represents the red car. So the red car and the blue car almost started off at the same speed, but the blue one was a bit faster. And at this point, right here, it just stopped and picked me up, as you saw in the video. And it stopped for a certain time, so that's its velocity was 0. Then it picked up speed and the velocity became constant. After that, she went to a slow and steady stop, and again, you see there that's where velocity equals 0. And then after that, she picked up speed, trying to catch up to the red car. So the red car, as you saw also, it just started off at a certain pace, then the velocity just became constant throughout. It did not stop. As you saw, the red car was the one who ended up winning in the video.
As you guys heard, calculus was the derivatives. It has to do with derivatives. ¿Qué es cálculos?
Something people don't want to know about.
Oh yeah. What does calculus mean to you?
Nothing.
What is calculus to you?
I plead the fifth.
What is calculus?
Calculus deals with derivatives, and it deals with antiderivatives. It deals with related rates.
Where in life would you need calculus?
When you're about to approach something, like for example, when like you're about to run somebody over,
Or
you have to be careful and you have to like slow down before you actually reach that point.
Oh wait,
Veronica,
stop, pause, wait,
what
pause.
is calculus?
I'm not gonna.
What is
Get my hair done
calculus?
first.
I don't know.
There you go.
Wow, why couldn't you do that?